You've got mail. Who sent the first email? You'd be surprised, but its message became legendary, and it changed the course of history.
The story behind this cannonball goes back to the story of the Siege of Derry, 1688-89. They put the siege in context. The King of England at that time was James II, who was a Catholic convert. The Protestant Parliament deposed James in favour of his nephew William of Orange. James, wanting to regain the throne, felt the easiest way of doing that was to take over Ireland. In the south of Ireland, that wasn't a problem getting support. Most people were of Catholic background. But here in the north, we're of Protestant stock. So when his armies tried to actually invade the walled city here in December 1688, they didn't expect any resistance. But the gates of the city walls were closed against them. That standoff eventually led to a proper siege when James himself arrived here in April 1689 and was attacked by cannon from the spire of this very cathedral. What happens as a result? There's bombardment of the city centre by cannon. A large boom is built across the river, a blockade stopping food reaching the city to try and force a surrender by the people inside these walls. When James's forces felt the population were under so much pressure that they would surrender, terms of surrender were offered to the population here, and they were actually fired in a mortar bomb from the other side of the river. The mortar bomb landed in the grounds of this cathedral, basically telling the population, surrender, there'll be clemency as a result. It just so happens we have the original document here. Be not obstinate against your natural prince. Expose yourselves no longer to the miseries you undergo. The people decided they would keep defending the city, and within the space of 2 weeks, food supplies had arrived here on boats sent by William of Orange from England. When the food supplies arrived, the people felt they could keep fighting. James's armies ended up in much worse condition. They had no food whatsoever, and once these supplies arrived for the people inside the walls, James's armies gave up their attack. James ended his challenge for the throne. Parliamentary democracy was introduced to England for the first time, and since then Parliament has actually controlled the system of government, the monarch taking second place almost all as a result of what happens involving this mortar bomb.
The city where this momentous incident took place has many names. The Maiden City, Londonderry, Derry, Derry/Londonderry, but we just like to call it legendary.